and we will be performing The Eagle Has Landed, a Choric reading cut by James Broadway. It was one of mankind's oldest dreams. For hundreds of years, people had looked to the sky and wondered if they would ever walk on the moon.
The naysayers.
No.
This can't be done. This can't be done. This is a joke.
Impossible.
The dreamers.
It might work. It might work. Someday.
Those who are undecided.
We'll see.
Perhaps.
What if? I wonder. What if?
But America was not among those groups.
This nation should commit itself to achieving the goal.
The goal, man on the moon, before this decade is out.
It was a little over 8 years since the flights of Gagarin and Shepard.
President Kennedy put forth the challenge.
Put a man on the moon before this decade is out.
Now,
On the morning of July 16th, 1969,
Astronauts.
Neil Armstrong,
Buzz Aldrin,
And Michael Collins.
Sit atop another Saturn V at Launch Complex 39A at the Kennedy Space Center.
The time, 9:32 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and the countdown began.
10, 9, 8,
5 huge engines thundered to life.
7, 6, 5, 4. Flames and smoke poured over the launch pad. 3, 2, 1. Blast off! All engines running. Lift off!
And Apollo 11 rode a column of fire into the sky.
We have liftoff.
32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff for Apollo 11.
No one knew if the men on board would ever make it back.
Gazing down, the astronauts saw the wide curve of the Earth with its spreading seas. Seas. Seas.
And lush forests and drifting clouds.
Clouds. Clouds.
Through the capsule's window, they watched their planet shrink into a blue and white sphere. Sphere. Sphere.
The spaceship rolled, and the Earth slipped out of sight. Silently. Silently.
For 3 days, the Apollo 11 astronauts hurtled into the blackness of space. A second sphere, this one gray and lifeless, swelled until it filled their window.
Then they were circling the moon. Moon. Moon.
Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin squeezed through a hatch and crawled into a boxy, 4-legged landing vehicle named the Eagle. In this fragile craft, they would try to drop to the moon's surface while Mike Collins flew high above, ready to rescue his friends if anything went wrong. The radio hissed and crackled. A voice called from Mission Control in Houston, Texas, 250,000 miles away.
You are go for separation.
Slowly, the Eagle and the mothership backed away from each other. The lander floated free.
The Eagle has wings.
Everything was ready. Another order came from Houston.
You are go for power descent.
The engines fired, and the Eagle began its short downward journey. Armstrong nodded, and Aldrin grinned to himself. They were going to land on the moon. But suddenly, bells began to clang inside of the tiny craft. Something was wrong.
Give us a ring on that alarm.
If it were a serious problem, they would have to turn back.
Hang tight.
The Eagle's computer, which was guiding the ship, had signaled that it was having trouble handling all its chores. The astronauts' hearts thumped hard inside their chests. The gray face of the moon rushed toward them.
There was nothing to do but wait for Houston to study the problem and tell them whether to keep going or abandon the mission.
Wait, keep going, wait, keep going, wait, keep going.
Eagle, you are go for landing. Go.
The spacecraft continued downward. Armstrong looked out the window for their landing zone. He did not like what he saw.
We are not where we are supposed to be.
The Eagle's computer was programmed to steer the Eagle to a flat, smooth place for landing. But it had overshot its target. They were now plunging toward an area littered with deadly rocks and craters, and they were running out of landing fuel.
60 seconds.
Mission Control warned.
There was no time to waste.
57,
Armstrong gripped the controllers and took command of the computer.
You would have to find a place to set down, fast. or he would have to fire the rockets and return to space.
Gently, he brought the Eagle under his control. The lander hovered as Armstrong searched the ground below for a level spot.
Balanced on a cone of fire, the Eagle scooted over rocky ridges and yawning craters.
No place to land.
30 seconds.
Now there was no turning back.
If the engines gulped the last of the landing fuel, there would not be time to fire the rockets that would take them back into orbit.
They would crash. The landing craft swooped across boulder fields as its pilot hunted, judged, and committed.
Flames shot out as the Eagle dropped the last few feet.
Dust that had lain still for thousands of years flew up and swallowed the craft.
Back on Earth, millions of people held their breath and waited. They prayed and listened.
What went wrong?
Get here! Transmission from
Check
the
that
Eagle.
dial.
Give me a reading on that.
What's going on?
My screen's gone blank.
We lost them.
What's the status?
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger that, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue here. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
In a short while, a hatch on the lander opened. A man in a bulky spacesuit backed down 9 rungs of a ladder and placed his foot on the gray lunar soil.
People all over the world.
Brazil, 356.
England, 256.
Norway, 156.
Egypt, 1256.
USSR, 1156.
India, 1056.
Japan, 956.
New Zealand, 856.
Moon, 756.
Watch the fuzzy black and white images on their television screens. They leaned toward their TV sets to catch the first words spoken by astronaut Neil Armstrong from the surface of the moon.
That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind.
America made the age-old dream come true. When they departed, our astronauts left behind a plaque that will always remain. Its words proclaim,
Here, men from the planet Earth first set foot on the moon. July 1969 AD. We came in peace for all mankind.